Informed consent. It's your right. In Canada, it's the law. The history of medicine is, unfortunately, the history of human experimentation without consent. It's also the history of well-intentioned human and government error. That's why the doctrine of informed consent exists, as a safeguard against medical abuse and mistakes. Since you're the one who ultimately has to bear the consequences of any medical intervention, it's your right to make an informed, free choice. So when it comes to the COVID-19 vaccines, what should informed consent look like? Well, you should be informed of the risks, benefits, and side effects, as well as alternative treatments. You should be given information that's specific to you, as the risk from COVID-19 varies greatly with age and pre-existing conditions. And you have the right to know the potential benefit of any intervention. For example, Pfizer reported that its vaccine shows a 95% efficacy. That sounds like it protects you 95% of the time, right? But that's not actually what that number means. That 95% refers to the relative risk reduction, but it doesn't tell you how much your overall risk is reduced by vaccination. For that, we need absolute risk reduction. In the Pfizer trial, 8 out of 18,198 people who were given the vaccine developed COVID-19. In the unvaccinated placebo group, 162 people got it, which means that even without the vaccine, the risk of contracting COVID-19 was extremely low at 0.88%, which the vaccine then reduced to 0.04%. So the net benefit, or the absolute risk reduction that you're being offered with a Pfizer vaccine, is 0.84%. That 95% number, that refers to the relative difference between 0.88 and 0.04%. That's what they call 95% relative risk reduction. And relative risk reduction is well known to be a misleading number, which is why the FDA recommends using absolute risk reduction instead. Which begs the question, how many people would have chosen to take the COVID-19 vaccines had they understood that they offered less than 1% benefit? You're entitled to know the risks and side effects. In Canada, any potentially serious risk must be disclosed. Although many side effects are still unknown, the vaccine adverse event reporting systems are capturing unprecedented numbers of adverse events, including hospitalizations and deaths. You also have the right to know about alternative treatments. There's been great success using early treatment protocols which include vitamin D and ivermectin, both of which have long-term safety data going back 40 years in over 1 billion people. Your consent needs to be voluntary. That means that you came to the decision freely and without duress or undue influence. You should never feel coerced, bribed, or threatened. The experimental nature of the COVID-19 vaccines needs to be clearly communicated. These vaccines are still officially in phase 3 trials as they lack long-term safety data. And finally, consent is not transferable. If you consented to one particular vaccine with a protocol of 2 doses over a specific period tested and recommended by the manufacturer, then that's what you should get. So, if you weren't provided with the information you've just learned, if your decision was made as a result of pressure, and if you didn't receive the vaccine protocol that you agreed to, then what you experienced was not informed consent.